Hey guys, Barbara here. Today's recipe is going to be pumpkin bread pudding. You're watching the Bear Pantry Show. And guess what? My mom didn't turn her back. This mom, show me how the thing. That's when she's putting in ingredients in anything she's making. That's how she does this thing. Corn tortilla, that's already heated up. You could dip it in there and just take a bite. What Megan's doing.
You're watching the Bear Pantry Show.
Alright guys, so this is going to be very simple. I'm only going to use half the custard that I normally use for my 9x13 bread pudding. So take a look over here. Normally I would use like 3 cans of evap and 3 cans of condensed. But because it's half the recipe, I'm just going to use 1.5 can and 1.5 cans, okay? This is 14 ounces per can. This is 12. So I've measured it out here. So it is a little bit above 2 cups. Well, this is 2 cups. This is a little bit above 2 cups. 1 cup of the pumpkin puree, 3 eggs. If you have pumpkin spice, put that in. And we're going to use 3 slices of bread. See the pumpkin puree here? And of course you can use fresh pumpkin because it's fall time and you might be able to find those for cheap. So you can squish the bread, make it mushy, but I'm gonna dice, okay? Because I just like the way the dice looks. Now, this is as simple as it gets. I'm gonna whisk my eggs first. This is the secret to a really flan-like, gelatinous-like bread pudding, okay? Because I don't like a dry bread pudding. I like it to jiggle. And of course, we're gonna add the pumpkin, just a cup. Is that milk? It's sweetened condensed, and this doesn't need any sugar because sweetened condensed has sugar in it already. And sweetened condensed milk is a core ingredient for many Caribbean and Latin type dessert dishes, okay? Let me stir this first before we add the bread. Remember, you can add pumpkin spice, alright? I don't have any. Just gonna add a little bit of cinnamon. And then toss the bread in there. You might be panicked saying, oh my god, Barbara, it's not enough bread though. It will be, because you want a jiggly bread pudding. Just let this soak up. And I've greased, that's the oven going off because I preset it to heat up at 350 degrees Fahrenheit, and I've greased this, all right? Okie dokie, guys. Props to Joe who's running camera for me pretty early in the morning. It smells good. Oh, let me get the thing and measure what this is. I think it's 9 by 9 though. Yeah, it is 9 by 9. 9 by 9. Because it's the inside, because this is just the lip. Alright, the oven's ready. Let's get it in. This episode is brought to you by Beans and Rice and Jesus Christ, a collection of 101 Caribbean recipes for seasons of feast or famine. It took 1 hour, guys. So I'm going to allow this to cool down, and then when I come back, we're going to be tasting. So I put this piece in the freezer because I don't want the whipped topping to melt because I'm going to use this for my thumbnail. But me personally, I like my bread pudding to be served warm. So if I'm eating it the next day, I'm going to nuke it in the microwave and then maybe drizzle some sweetened condensed milk on top like we Belizeans do. I put some ice cream or some whipped topping or maybe nothing. You can eat it alone. This is very, very sweet, okay? So you guys noticed this recipe was real simple, right? I used the Belizean custard that I use for my bread pudding, and you can do that. I want you guys to know that you can do that. If you have a good bread dough recipe or a good custard for sweets and stuff, you can always use that as the base and then add other things to it to make a unique recipe. So I added the 1 cup of pumpkin. Don't put more than the 1 cup because it's gonna overpower everything. This was just the right flavor. You can add pumpkin spice if you have some allspice if you have that. Don't put any essence though or extract. Don't put vanilla, pineapple. Just leave that out completely because the other spices are the bomb. You guys saw that I put cinnamon, right? That's all I had. I mean, this is a bare pantry right now. That's all I had. So if you notice, it's just small enough that if you have a small family, you don't have to have too much of this left over. It's easy to do that you can involve the kids. I mean, come on, moms. You're doing enough for Thanksgiving. The kids are kind of screaming, hollering. Put them in here. If you have a kid that's 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, say, hey, you handle the bread pudding. It's very simple, just a few ingredients. They mix it all up. You put it in the oven for them. You can even put it in a toaster oven if you have one that's big enough to hold a 9x9 pan. Now, the 9x9 took 1 hour to bake at 350. If you're doing a 9x13, it's about an hour, I'd say an hour 20 to an hour 30. Let it go a little bit longer. You're gonna know because it's gonna look brown and beautiful like the way mine look, okay? You can stick a knife in there. It may come out super clean. As long as it does not come out super wet, you're good, okay? Because bread pudding, this kind that we make is very gelatinous, so it's not gonna come out crystal clean like in the middle part, all right? So anyways, guys, I want to thank you so much for watching the show, for liking, for sharing, for picking up my book. I'm going to come at you this week, all week, with more of these Thanksgiving recipes because Thanksgiving is fast approaching right here on the 24th. Today is Monday, and I'm going to upload videos, I think maybe a video a day this week. I mean, I certainly have them recorded, so I just have to make sure I edit them, right? Anyways, guys, until I see you again, take care. Don't forget to subscribe and like and share. Okay, all right, guys, so we're gonna taste. If you're distressed right now, I'm telling you, this is the way you want to go. I taste the pumpkin. I taste the condensed milk. Hey guys, for those of you that were playing the game with me on the last video, you know, spelling the word voila without looking it up, you guys are awesome. Of course, a lot of people say voila, like a W, but Jada and I looked it up and it said voila. And a couple of you got it right, and I don't suspect that you Googled it. I think you knew, and the rest of you that didn't Google it, thank you for playing the game fair and square. So how I remember to spell that word is because I think about the woman's name Viola, V-I-O-L-A, and then you just switch the I and the O, so you go V-O-I-L-A, and that's how you know how to spell voila. That's how I remembered it since like high school. Now I want to give you guys another word, separate. Spell the word separate, put it in the comments below. Don't Google it, don't look it up. Just take it out of your brain the way you know it. And then when I come back on one of the next videos, I'm gonna tell you guys how to spell it and the little trick that I learned about it when I was 12 years old from a nun at St. Catherine's Academy in Belize. Tell me how you like it.
Oh, it's great. It's dynamite right here. That pumpkin. Nice ingredients in it too.
So the pumpkin didn't overwhelm the bread pudding, right?
No, not at
just
all.
enough? Okay.
I want them to get complaints because they saying I'm eating it all. You know?
To me, it's like pie.
It's like a pie, right, Mom? Yeah, and Mom likes my bread pudding, so for Mom to see the difference, right?
See there? No. Don't worry. I ain't gonna eat no more.